Yeah. All right. Let us know in the comment section down below what do you guys think of that point. Steven Anderson over LaMelo. Let us know. But let's move on. Washington Wizards. I think that this is a very they finally got rid of Bradley Beal in a way where they had some assets come back. They are, you know, I, th- they're still a mess. I mean, do you guys agree with me? Lottery bound, or do you think it's a
No,
write off for
they're
them?
lottery bound.
I think they're lottery bound, but I want to put them in mid off. They have some pieces where they could compete and win games. I think like Tyus Jones knows he plays winning
Yes,
basketball.
Tyus
Yeah, I
You
Jones is
know,
agree.
great.
I love Tyus Jones, and so him at your point guard position, he's really going to get guys into good positions to have a good positive effect on the game. DeLon Wright is a good vet to be his
He's really
backup.
good.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. I know people are looking at this team and thinking lottery, but I really think they could be kind of like the Jazz were last year and surprise people.
Mm. My problem with them is I don't think Wes Unseld is good enough of a coach to do that. That's kind of the problem. Um,
To be fair, he hasn't had a chance to
you're
because he's been having to
you're not
cater
wrong.
to Beal.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I This is one of those weird ones where I would say lottery bound because I do think they got worse this offseason. However, I think it was a great offseason in general for them. Like it's kind of what I'm saying with Charlotte. They took 2 steps back to in the future take 4 steps forward, right? Like it's a long-term play what they did this offseason.
Yeah.
I just ultimately think Jordan Poole is going to shoot way too much for this team to be competitive most nights.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
Like he is going to shoot them out of games like once a week, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like this team. I think Danny Avasia, some good pieces, but we talked about this before, Pete, and probably with you too, Brad. Like, I just feel like they draft the similar type of players every single year, and it continues to be like a conundrum of, okay, how do we finally use this person in the right way? How do we use this person the other way? Like, it just feels like they draft the same player, that forward, kind of that tweener that could play maybe power forward, maybe small forward, and they just are kind of caught in this like weird scenario. And so the reason why I just put them at lottery bound is because I just feel like they have really good pieces, but they don't have like a superstar to really get them over the hump. And they're gonna look at Koulibaly as like the future, as like a long term project. And I just think it's gonna take some substantial amount of time for him to grow into
Mm,
the player that he needs to be. And so I just
I
think
think
that
he's going to be a problem right away, in my opinion. But
You think so?
yeah, I think he was my sleeper of the draft. I actually really like Koulibaly. It's more just offensively. I just don't think they have anybody who's like going to facilitate anybody on their team. Like they have no really like solid creators. Like I know Jordan. People would argue
Tyus?
Jordan Poole. Yeah, Tyus is solid. I'm underrating Tyus. He's actually one of my favorite players on this team. That being said, um, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm interested. I actually do think there's a great version of this season for the Wizards where they're terrible, but there's a lot of like room for hope for some of their young guys, and then they end up with
yeah.
one of those like there's like a few like 6'6", 6'7" point guards in this upcoming draft. If they ended up with one of those guys, that's like their perfect outcome for this season.
Yeah.
Modest Buzelis, like with somebody like that. I don't know if you guys have
Yeah.
done any
6'10"
film,
shooting
watched any
guards.
film.
Yep.
He's
Yeah,
nice.
he's
He's
nice.
nice.
Cooper
Yeah.
Flag reclassified for this draft too.
Whew.
Be interesting.
He's gonna be a
This
problem.
is this is
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be a
this is gonna
problem.
be a crazy draft. Alexander Sarr. I don't know if you guys
Alexander
know who that
Sarr.
is.
Yep.
He is gonna be
Yeah.
that dude is gonna
He's
be
nice.
a nightmare in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm super
Just
high
off
on
his
that
like
guy.
height and length and
Yeah,
wingspan, he's a problem. Yeah.
his skill set, and he's got that European skill set too. That guy is actually going to be a problem in the NBA. I am super duper high on him. But yeah, we can continue on our team our team talk instead of these young dudes.
I mean, speaking of young dudes, looking at the Wizards roster, I actually like a bunch of their young guys. Like
Yeah,
obviously Jordan Poole, good pickup, and they somehow got Patrick Baldwin Jr. in that trade, and he's
yeah.
like super intriguing. You know, he's only
Yeah.
20, 6'9", 6'10". He can shoot. Like I didn't. The Warriors, it's hard to develop as a young guy there. Shout out my guy Kuminga. Because you have to play winning basketball 24/7. You know, I think Patrick on the Wizards can just learn how to be an NBA player and grow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really quick, just controversially, do you think that Mark Jackson was the guy that did his thing in terms of maturing those young guys, nurturing the young talent?
Absolutely.
Sure.
And then Steve Kerr just came in, and I've been saying that since it happened. Steve, like he put in the system, but like Mark Jackson went through the growing pains with Steph and Clay and Draymond, and like you
Sure.
know, and
Yeah,
then
the
Steve
early
Kerr just
days.
kind of exactly, most definitely.
I'll always say this too. Like at the time that Kerr got introduced to the Warriors, it literally was perfect timing with the perfect superstar to like
Mhm.
buy into his
Mhm.
system. It couldn't have been better
It's like just playing
in
cards.
terms of just fit. Yeah, it was perfect fit. But yeah, Patrick Baldwin Jr. is a good shout just because you got to bet on that kind of talent. I mean, he was a top 5 high
Mhm.
school prospect literally like most of his time in high school. Like he's one of those guys where you never know when it's going to click for somebody like that, so why not just bet on it? Like it's the potential's there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, and let's never forget the Gallinari revenge tour. Every Boston game this season, I'm watching every Wizards Boston game because honestly, I would not be shocked if those are the games Gallo has like 30 points. I don't know if you guys
agree.
have. He's been talking so
I
much
agree.
trash about the
I seen
Celtics.
it. Yeah.
It's awesome. I
He's
actually
mad.
love it.